Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Authentic Happiness Show. I'm Suzanne. This is my friends, my co-hosts, the loves of my lives, Enzo and Jara. And tonight we're talking about, the title of the show tonight is called What Brings You Bliss? And I thought we'd talk about this today because it's very important to do things that bring you bliss. So many more and more studies right now. We're at a very exciting time where people are becoming more aware of different ways of doing things and different things that we weren't aware of before. So more and more studies are being done and showing that your emotional body and your physical body are directly entangled and have everything to do with each other. So we're all finding out that doing things to make you happy is going to make you healthy. So when you don't do things to make you happy, or when you can't find bliss, it's going to affect your health. So it's very important to know what brings you bliss. What do you truly enjoy doing? What makes you smile? What just brings you alive inside? So
very well said. And your internet is working awesome and beautiful now. You look awesome.
Good.
Much better. We can see you now.
I really wanted to play something for you guys really quick. It's a little ad that I made. I just want to play it really quick. So sorry to interrupt, but I really want to play it. Can I do that? Okay. Holiday traffic got you down. Crowded stores. Preparing for house guests. All the baking, all the cooking. Are you stressed out? Overwhelmed? These are all things you should be able to enjoy. Treat yourself. Don't beat yourself. Give yourself the gift of staying calm so you can enjoy the holidays. Take time out for a session for Christmas Calm Down Special. Book now at awakeninghearts333.com. So yeah, that's my little commercial. As you guys know, and maybe you don't know, anybody out there who's new, I'm a hypnotherapist and a life coach, and I have my own practice called Awakening Hearts 333. And if you want to learn more about me and my services, please go to awakeninghearts333.com and see if you could book something. Maybe I could help you, and I would love to help. Always love to help. So.
Yep. That was awesome commercial. That was very good. I like that.
This time of year, people's stress levels are way up here.
Right.
I'll tell you what, on Thanksgiving night, I got more inquiries than I got like all month just on that night. So I kind of think that that has to do with it. Definitely.
Yeah. People
your family will just, it'll let you know. It'll let you know what you need to look at, I guess.
Right. And the world is a weird place. People are realizing that too. So
that's true. I believe that too. I mean, of course, I believe it. It's right in front of our faces that the world is a weird place. I'm trying to help people understand that they don't have to concentrate on that world. It's more important to concentrate on the world around you. And when you concentrate on the world around you and you make it a happy place for you and a suitable place for you, the rest of the world will seem more suitable also. Because really, all of that's outside of you has nothing to do with you. I mean, they kind of trick you into thinking that it does, but it really doesn't. And the most important thing is just changing it around you, and you will see the difference.
Right. And I think there's a lot of people too that just think that things aren't, everybody's finding out that stuff isn't the way that we thought it was, maybe, or whatever. So people are just like, wah, wah, wah.
Right.
Well, I usually go back to the old standard of worry about the things that are within your control. If it's outside of anything that you have anything to do with and can't directly control, don't fret over it. It's there's nothing that's not going to get you anywhere anyway. It's just going to make you upset. Versus, which there's plenty, locally that in your own life to be concerned about. Do I have enough money to pay rent and buy groceries and things like that nowadays? Put a present under the tree for the kids, that kind of stuff, because money's a little tight nowadays for everybody.
Yes, it is.
So that's usually everyone's like number one concern is I don't have enough money to do the things I would like to do. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, no matter how rich you are, that's always the case. There's always that next level thing. It's like, I'm sure Elon Musk is like, I can't buy this chain of islands that I really want to buy because I just don't have the cash for it. So
I'm really good at not letting that get in my way at finding things I want to do. I don't let it get in my way that I don't have the money. In fact, that's my inspiration for the thing that I love to do. My inspiration is that I am doing something that I don't have the money to buy or pay for. So therefore I'm doing it all myself. So I'm trying.
What an awesome segue. Yeah. So we'll just go right into let's go right into your story of what brings you bliss right now, Jara.
Okay,
tell us how you came to that and why it brings you bliss and like what your intentions are with it.
Okay, so I've always enjoyed I've always liked pulling weeds. I like being outside, and I've always liked redoing furniture and stuff like that. And I've always liked rocks. So I wanted to create an area out back where I could ground and do yoga, learn yoga, and step on the grass and like put my feet on the grass without stepping on dog poop because we have a dog. But and I don't usually like to be barefoot like outside or whatever. But and where we live, our house was built in 2008 and we bought it in 2011, but it only had one owner. So the backyard was just dirt, and we do have turf, but it's like in the middle. So there was like dirt around the turf. And there was nothing else. We had some garden beds in the backyard, but we had nothing else back there. And I also wanted to learn how to garden because I want to try to grow our own food. Because money is tight and because the world is crazy, and I don't trust the food supply because I know that the way that we do things in the world is that we don't prepare for things like that. And and it's fun, like gardening. So I decided to try to do my yard myself. So I started by pulling weeds, and it's actually, I guess it's all been documented, everything I've done, because we have cameras back there. But I started with pulling weeds, and now I'm growing some food. So our carrots are growing really well. I've got bell pepper growing, tomatoes, rosemary, green onion, iceberg lettuce, cabbage, and corn and pinto beans. Oh, I have a lot of pinto beans. Corn's not, I only have one corn plant so far. My corn isn't, I keep trying to, and my grassy area for my yoga area is growing. Finally, my grass is growing, which is awesome. But when I started to plant and when I was pulling weeds and stuff, my soil is really rocky, like super duper, duper duper. So you have to de-rock the soil when you're going to plant like a garden. So when I was getting all the rocks out, there's so much that it's like, what do I do with all these rocks or whatever? So I just started piling them up, and I was like, I have all this rock that I have already in the ground. So if I want to landscape or whatever, because most people go buy rock, right? I see my neighbors, they have somebody come and haul and they dump a bunch of rock in the front, and then and I was like, well, I already got rock here. It's just a matter of getting it out, right? So that's what I have been doing. I'm using the rock to landscape my yard. So I'm making a rock path for my dog to walk on out of smooth rocks, river rock, because the rock in my yard is actually really, really pretty also because of where we live. So it's pretty cool, and I love it and enjoy it. It's a lot of physical work though. So I was making a video today showing how I do it. So what I do is I get a hoe.
Hey,
ho.
I get a hoe. And our soil here is high, at least my soil in my backyard is high clay content. So it's hard, and it'll crack, and you can break it off or whatever. So I hit it with the hoe and break it up, or I take a shovel and you can literally feel the rocks in there, and I pop them out. So I loosen all the soil, and then I get wire trash cans from Dollar Tree, and I shovel the dirt into the wire trash can. And so I make a little ditch, right? And then I get all the dirt that's loose, I put it out to the sides, and I put the wire trash cans in the ditch, and then I shovel the dirt that I just dug out into the wire trash cans that are in the ditch, and then I shake all the dirt out, and it goes back into the ditch, so it like refills in the ditch that I dug, right? And then I take the rocks that I get or whatever, they're still all dirty, so I collect those, and then I used to just spray water through the trash can, but that's a lot of water. So I was like, my husband's going to kill me, so I need to do something different. So now I have a rock bath. So I have a big bin, and I just dump the rocks in there, and then I take a shovel and I like stir it because it's heavy and dirty or whatever, and I take a shovel of rock out, and I put it into a bucket of water that has one of those wire trash cans in the bucket of water. So I put a bucket full in there, and then I shake the thing while it's in the bucket of water. So it's like shaking around in the water, but then I lift it up and there's no more water in it. It's just the rocks. And then I dump it into another bucket that has another wire basket in it. And I do that 3 times. And then I dump it into a basket for me to separate in a little bit later. So I do that until I have enough. And then I go through and I separate the sharp rock from the river rock, and I wash it again, and then I dump it. So I've got enough rock. I've dug enough rock so far that I've got sharp rock around 3 sides of my yoga area grass. And then I have river rock in my rock path. And then I have river rock around my trees. And I have some big rocks too that I'm using for the side. And I think I have a lot of like bones, and I think I have pottery.
You probably do. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't like. It's kind of like you're mining gold back there, dude. You're gonna find a gold nugget.
She finds her treasures, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. They're treasures to me because I've got I have several rocks that look like they have writing on them. So, and I'm pretty sure I've got bone, lots of bone, and lots of teeth. So it'd be interesting to take it somewhere just to see, though.
You never know. There could have been dinosaurs. There probably was dinosaurs here at one point. Like there could be something really cool in there, in the dirt.
Oh, I think that they're probably like cow teeth or something, but
yeah, probably lots of cows or something.
Yeah,
but you never know. Could be anything.
But you never know. Yep.
And so, tell me, like, why again? You're doing that to landscape your backyard, and as well as
I'm trying to make it look nice, but I also want to do it for health reasons, like to find a way or a place out back that I can go to do yoga, or if I want to go like read or something just to be outside. It's also important to me to learn about like how to be a person without all the convenient stuff. So the people that used to live here, they used to make pottery like with the dirt. You can make clay out of the soil, and then you can make it into pottery, and you can buy. There's just all kinds of ways and things that I appreciate about the way that they did things, I guess. I don't know, in another time. So it's interesting to me, and I want to learn about how to be more self-sufficient. I feel like it's weird to me that as humans, we're all born into this world, but like we don't know how to survive if we're not like in a city or something. We can't survive if we're left out in the forest, and that's so weird because we were born into this place. That's like weird. That's like, I don't know. So
can you grow stuff in your garden year round? Because I know it doesn't get overly cold down there.
Yeah, like right now I've got everything's growing really well. And I've got 2 moringa trees that are like this tall. And I planted kiwi, but I probably shouldn't have because it says that it gets really big. It takes a long time. But it said you can start it in a planter, but it needs to be like a 30-gallon planter, and I didn't put it in a 30-gallon. And then I'm also going to try to grow some marijuana for not for that really purposes, but for other purposes too. Like I'm interested in hemp and its uses in like different things. So.
So that whole plant is like useful, like from the top to bottom.
Right.
You can grow that in your backyard in
Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I didn't know that.
You can have up to 6 plants or something like that, depending on how like you don't even have to have a certification or a license for that. But like if you do have a card, you can grow more, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Jara, would you say that you're kind of like having something inside of you is like wants to use what's around you?
Yes, very much.
Like everything we need is within us or around us. So in a way, I think that you're bringing that into light. You're using it to do your yard. So you don't have to pay somebody to come in and make it pretty because you can make it pretty. And like
Right.
you're using it to bring you bliss because you enjoy doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do.
You're adding to the quality of your life because you are bringing yourself that bliss. And when you're happy is when you're the healthiest.
Right. I agree. I do feel sometimes like a little weird because I'm like, I probably shouldn't care so much about playing in the dirt. I'd like rather do that than so many things.
That would be what I call in my job a false negative belief, because there's nothing that you shouldn't care about. If you care about something, there's no way you shouldn't care about it. So anybody that tells you you shouldn't care about something,
that's actually a good point. Actually,
yeah,
that's a good point.
You're never wrong. Whatever you're caring about, it's not wrong.
Right, because you're caring.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good point.
It's heart-centered. It's heart coherent. When you're caring about something, it's heart coherent. And heart coherence is a really cool thing if anybody ever wants to research it, because your heart is so powerful. We're electric beings, and your heart gives off Oh, I just threw my pen like way over there. But your heart gives off like electromagnetic waves of love, basically, all the way like 6 feet this way and 6 feet that way, and some people even more, so like these are things that people don't pay attention to because people have always, I don't know why, but no one concentrated on teaching us that. So no one really believes it or knows it, but it's all coming out now and people are learning it. And that's what's going to make the world a better place. And it's going to make us a healthier place also, I believe, because how easy is it to make yourself happy? And that will make you healthier. It's simple.
Right?
It's simple. Mm-hmm.
Right. I was going to take a walk.
What else do you do?
Huh?
What else do you do to bring you bliss?
I work on wood stuff and I make things so I'm going to take this thing that I bought at Goodwill. Right.
Oh yeah.
It has this metal. I think this is actually something cool, but I didn't realize that it was broken, but it had these metal tins on the side of it right here and it was coming off and this is like sticky. So I was like, oh, Susie would totally stick something on here. So I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna hot glue some of my rocks on the sides of this bowl.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is, because it looks like it's something, like it has a function.
It is something. I just can't remember what it's called because I looked it up. That's why I bought it. I only buy things that I look up and they have value of some way to resell on eBay. So like this is my Pakistani incense burner.
Oh, those are cool.
I think this has Viking. The thing that's on this pewter is Viking symbols.
Oh, cool.
So. Oh, okay. And that goes on. That came with that.
Yeah, it was on the side of this thing.
It might be
missing a piece.
Because all the Nordic countries they have they call them rune stones, where it's the little they almost use it like dice for divining the future and stuff like that. It's sort of like it's tarot cards on a rock is really what it is.
It's a divination tool, definitely cool.
That could be like a little casting area where you're throwing dice inside a little thing read something. That's a guess, but
that is so cool.
Maybe so.
Yeah, that is so cool, dude. One time I went to Goodwill and I found a really cool little wooden box and I looked it up. I got it for like barely anything. I think it was like 50 cents. And I looked it up and it's a $300 like thing.
Oh wow.
I've sold a lot. I've got a lot of stuff at Goodwill that I've resold on eBay. I got a picture of one of the original Mormon pioneer families, and all the names were written on the back of the photograph. It was a big picture too. It was like this big. Their last name was Stoker, like Bram Stoker, the Stoker family, and they were from 1854, and it had all their names on it and everything. And so I posted that on eBay, and a historian guy that collected Mormon memorabilia contacted me and bought it, and I paid like $5 for that or something, and I sold it for like $75.
Wow.
I sold a bunch of stuff off of. I just bought all those perfume bottles. I just listed that actually, or a couple of them. These little Care fruit spread bottles that go for like $25 to $50 on eBay, and I paid $1.50 for each of them. Yeah, I have all these Avon vintage perfume bottles from 1970, and they're I have like one's a semi truck, and I have
Those
like
are collector's items.
Steamboats, and I have all these cars, and a barrel of whiskey, I think one of them is, and an anvil and a tank.
Cool.
So yeah, that's
also here you could look for is old like Jim Beam bottles. I think there was a time like in like the 70s or 60s that they were making them into things. My dad had one, but I broke it making a fort, and it looked like an old timey fashion like telephone. Yep. And it was like a Jim Beam bottle. So like he had a bunch of those that were different things, like weird things. So you could look for those. Those would be worth a lot.
Yeah.
Piece of trivia for you as far as a Jim Beam bottle goes. Have you ever watched I Dream of Jeannie?
Yes.
Where she had the fancy bottle that she lived in.
Mm-hmm.
That was an old Jim Beam bottle, and they just painted it.
That's cool.
And
really?
It was from like the late 50s or early 60s, and I think they bought like back when they did the show back in the 60s. They were a little more prevalent, so they had like several of them, and they painted them up painted them all the same so they could use them for different shots, and invariably someone would drop one and you'd have to replace it and things like that. But in the TV show, that's what it is. It's an old Jim Beam bottle, because they used to come out every year with a different style of bottle as a fancy decanter for it was usually like this time of year. It was a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
But I wish they still did it, because some of those designs are amazing.
I know.
Well, I was gonna take a walk outside and show you guys my rock path, but I don't want to cause an echo, so I'm gonna like leave the stage and then go out there and come back in on the stage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can totally leave the studio and then get on it on your phone.
Yeah.
Then you'll avoid all the echo.
Because okay. All right. I'll see you in a second.
Okay. So I'll take this time because I do so many things that bring me bliss. I'll just mention like one of them. One of my main things is what brings me pure bliss is connection to people. Like I love to talk to people. I love to like share experiences and share my feelings and thoughts. And I love to hear other people's thoughts and feelings. So it brings me bliss. But the cherry on top is when I'm with a friend and we have a laugh, like just laughing. Laughing with friends is pure bliss for me. It's like the highest high that you could ever have. So it brings me bliss. And everybody should do that. Everybody should have one belly laugh a day. I mean, even by yourself, a belly laugh is better than doing like 10 laps. It's just good for you.
I try and be funny for a lot of people, because that's one of the things that I enjoy is to make people kind of chuckle every once in a while. So I get that, and it's an easy way to make friends too, by just being funny. Oh wow.
My dog is barking. Hey, stop. Sorry.
Boozy. Okay. Her name is Boozy.
How do I can't, there's not a way for me to, oops.
Turn the camera?
Show the other camera, right? Or how do I do that? Can I do that? Hang on, let's see. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So hang on. Let me go back now. Okay. So I'm gonna light it up. Oh wait, it's dark out here. Huh?
It's really dark out there.
Yeah, let me get a hang on.
I also put in my own rock path before. Ooh, I like it, Jara.
Okay,
Wow.
so I'm gonna get them wet though, so you can see how cool they are.
So all of those rocks you separated just out of the dirt. You dug them all up and you separated them all out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I sure did. This isn't even all of them though, but yeah, and even these big ones, even these like giant. There's a shadow. Sorry. Okay, let me wet them real quick. Hang on.
That looks cool.
What? It's a lot of work. Maybe that's. Oops! I just sprayed my porch. My bad. Sorry about that. Okay. They're so colorful and pretty. Watch. Yeah, I'm gonna get you wet, girl. I don't know if you can. Oh wait, hang on.
Oh yeah, I can see they are colorful, dude, and they're very clean. They're nice rocks.
They're so shiny. Yeah. So anywho, that's what I do for fun. Yep.
That looks
Anybody
really
want
cool.
me to come separate your rocks?
Now, how long did that take you to make all of that from beginning to end?
I actually just did this path in the last few days, but it's rock. Some of this rock I already had dug up. It was just in a different part of my yard, and so I moved it. And then I still have a whole bunch of rock in my rock bath. And look at how dirty the water is. I gotta drain it actually.
Oh, that's your rock bath.
And then I have unprocessed rock. See, so like this is all the dirty rock.
That's what it looks like before, and then on your path is what they come out like. Oh my god!
Wow.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
Cool.
And I do it all by myself. Yeah, I have a lot. So like I have a lot.
Your family so much money.
This is concrete that the people left buried under the ground that I have dug out of my yard. That's just concrete, blocks of concrete. I also have dug out rebar, rusty rebar.
Are you sure that's not holding up your house, like the foundation of your house?
I'm sure, because it was in the yard. It wasn't attached to the house. And then see, my grass is starting to grow. It's coming in.
Oh,
it's
I like
all
your little fence there too.
Thank you.
It's cute.
See, this is all unprocessed. I
want to see it in the daylight.
That's a lot. I dug all that out too, but it's all unprocessed, like whatever Sharpies. And so's that. Yeah.
And so, do you get cold out there, playing in the water and the rocks in the night? Because it's cold now.
It's not cold right now. Not at all.
Right now. It's kind of nice. Like it's really nice. I have the window open.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure there's people in here. Some of these rocks used to be people, man. That one has a K on it. This one is a big white piece of quartz. Huh?
That looks so pretty, Jara.
Why, thank you.
That's fantastic.
Thanks.
I'll go do yoga with you in your yoga spot.
Sweet. You should. It'll be fun. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm going to leave again and go back inside.
Okay.
I'll see you in a second. Okay.